Mr. DJ getting his engines revved up, starting cold tonight. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you kind of get into it first when you just plunge right in, and sometimes you have to kind of ease right into making the videos. I hope to cut about 3 or 4 tonight. But let's go ahead and get started. An R&B classic, a standard. We're in the top 20 on my fantasy playlist. October 1st, 1995. Groove Theory with Tell Me. Talking about making the most of a one-hit wonder. Although they did have several things after that, but this was the big one. Tell Me by Groove Theory. It was played a lot on R&B radio and pop radio too back in the fall of 95 at number 19, up from 23 on my fantasy playlist. There are two people in this act, and I can't pronounce this woman's last name. I checked the pronunciation on YouTube, and I just could not get a good pronunciation of her last name. L'Oreal or Lori X. Amel's her first name. I'm just going to call her Amel. And Bryce Wilson, the producer. Amel, the singer. They met in they formed in 1993. The duo did in New York City. Amel, she worked in a music publishing company called Rondor Music Publishing. She worked there as a receptionist. And she did some songwriting too. She'd worked there since she was 18 years old. And she kind of got a break when Bryce Wilson was hired as a producer by the publisher at Rondor. And Bryce Wilson, rather, that's his name, Bryce Wilson. Bryce Wilson approached Amel. He said, "How would you like to write a song? I've created these slamming production tracks, and you just write a song to the music on my tracks, and we'll make a demo. How about it?" And she wrote a song to it. And here's the deal: this is a win-win situation across the board. Amel wanted to be an R&B singer. She wanted to cut her teeth big time on the R&B scene. Bryce Wilson wanted to cut his teeth big time on the production end. To work with Amel, he liked working with her. She was a singer-songwriter. He's the production guy. He's the arranger. This gives him a chance to hone his production abilities. And they formed Groove Theory. Signed a deal with Epic Records. And Tell Me came out in 1995. I believe I already went into the chart position. Did I go into the chart position? Well, it went to number 5 here in the States. Number 5 on Billboard's Hot 100. Didn't do as well in England, though. Went to number 31. It was a short-lived act. Didn't last all that long, about 4 years. They released several other sides that didn't do as well. And in 1999, Amel, she left, and she was replaced by a woman named Makita Davis. And she and Bryce Wilson, they worked on another album. Actually, they finished another album, but it never got released. And it formally broke up more or less in 2001, 2002. But they left us this one. I talk about making the most of a one-hit wonder. Tell Me by Groove Theory at number 19 on my fantasy playlist, October 1st, 1995.